Morning, everybody. I said I would start off where I left yesterday. That was this mold, and it was there's like a tube that goes on a motor, on a Harley Davidson motor, and it covers the lifter rods. And these were two-sided sticky tape, and I'd sell lots of these over the years, and guys would put them on their bikes. Anyways, I thought it'd be kind of cool for a ring. So, but remember, it's 11 o'clock. I'm sure the doorbell's gonna ring. Have your coffee. Okay, so it's a little bit noisy. I don't leave the compressor running all the time. Now I cut this the way I like it. Little talcum powder. Not a whole lot. Okay. I've had these clamps for a long time. If you're into working with the wax and injecting the waxes, buy yourself a clamp. They're cheap. I'm cheap. I fix them instead of buying another one. Okay, so that thing, it kind of holds itself, but you can see like how worn it is from my thumbs. My thumbs being pressed against it. So it gets up to about 15 pounds. 15 pounds and about 50 pounds pressure and about I'm going to say about 190, 195. And I'm using red wax. I don't think I have a bag of it around here. It's a red injection wax. Hold it for about 10 seconds for stuff like this. Big rings, like, you know, this one here, I hold for like 20 seconds. And you got to be strong. That's why, you know, you don't have to be strong. You have to hold it together well. Okay? And so, this is a cold mold, so I don't think it'll be ready quite yet, but so that's shaped the way I want already. I'm gonna design a ring around it in my spare time. I got people coming in today. I got some projects that I finished. What did I tell you, to have your coffee already? Yeah, okay. And this is another project I made years ago too. I have the molds for them. I used to sell lots of these too. When I sold those, I sold other stuff. I set up at bike shows and stuff like that. Get customers. That's what you do when you first start up your business, or back in the day, so that you could get customers. People would, you know, could speak to you, and then they usually, oh, there's my card. I handed out lots of cards in the day, man. Okay, anyways, there's a keychain. It's pretty cool. I make these. Okay, you guys, have a great day. See them there? How I showed you some pictures like that. Wax them up there, a couple layers of this wax, and then remember, I like my rings so they sit. You know, your finger's not equal. Like there's where the ring. Where's the ring I can put on? That's where. See how the ring sits now? The band is like, oh, I don't know, maybe 60-40. It's not right in the middle. I mean, it's different when it's a dainty ring, but big rings like this, so just, I want it to be 60-40. And just do it by eye. Right, you just try to line it up a little bit and kind of give yourself a little bit of a, you know, it's wax. And it's got to kind of be abrupt here. It has to come up because it has to go between the webbing of your fingers. Because you want it to sit comfortably, right? Now I haven't done the bottom yet. I made this a little small actually. I should have made it a bit larger. Maybe I'll make it a bit larger. So you see how I'm trying to have it. And then I'm going to decorate the side of it here a little bit. And I'm going to clean that up a little bit. And I don't want it to be an overwhelming ring. I just want this to be kind of one of my mid-size rings. Okay, so I'll show you more later. Okay, once you get it cut and you get it shaped properly, right? I want to emphasize the jaw a little bit here, or I shouldn't say that. Well, I said the jaw, maybe the cheek so how it's cut off there. So it's gonna be a cool ring. It'll fit a lot better when it's not. But when you're layering wax and everything like that, because I'm going to put this into a vacuum chamber when I invest it. So that's why I showed you how to fully go around the head when you put it down, or any piece that you're going to put onto your project. You got to make sure it's sealed. I mean, maybe you don't have to do the vacuum not casting, but vacuuming the wax, but I like to, because I like to get all these. So just go around quickly and seal the two layers and go in a little ways, a couple millimeters. Right? I want this to be a low sitting, nice comfortable ring, but you know, with a thicker shank. You know, I like to make my stuff so it lasts for a lifetime, right? Okay, you get the point. So I used the iron just to create a design on the side. I kind of got it all cleaned up and everything like that. Now, I'm pretty happy with it. It's got to get along. I'm fixing the teeth a little bit. Remember, look at it from all the angles, because you know that your customer's going to look at it from all the angles. They're not going to just go, oh wow, the front looks great. So, and also the hot and cold running water is your best friend. If you feel the wax isn't working your way, heat it up. If it feels like it's getting gummy or if it's just not working for you. Because I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do some carving too, right? I mean, I'm not going to just leave this thing like this. Okay, I'm going to soak this in some cold water for a while. And then I'm going to file it a whole bunch, and then I'm going to be pretty happy with it, right? Okay, you guys. File brush. I think they call it a file card. I don't know why. Mold release. Spray your file. Spray your piece too. Keeps it nice and cold. That's why I never have a clean shirt, by the way, okay? Always red on it and everything else. That little bit here, like, you want to clean this up. Remember, the more it's cleaned up before it goes into the investment, before you cast it, the less work you're going to have when it comes out. So now you've sealed these edges all nicely and everything like that, so that should be okay. Remember what I said, if it feels like it's warming up, either spray it again with some, this stuff cools it down real quick. want a nice... Okay, I got several different files around here. This is a much smoother one. Remember, make it like you want to wear it. Otherwise, you know, you're in the wrong business. Make it like you want to wear it. Be proud of your stuff. Okay, so it's getting to the point where now she's looking pretty good. You gotta be good with this sharp knife too, right? So on a bit of an angle, just knock off the edge all around. Use a knife on its edge a little bit. Use a knife on its edge a little bit and just scrape. Go towards yourself. Right. You want all the big file marks and all that shit off of there. Now I have this design on here. It's kind of a nuggety kind of little design. I like that. So, you know, you can go in here and make a little groove where the skull should have come up, you know. Don't go too deep because, you know, the idea is you're going to be making a production mold of this afterwards, right? These are your best little friends, little old watchmakers chisels. Okay, and just cut in between the teeth here. I kind of fucked that up when I was fixing it, right? Remember, it's going to be metal later, so you want to make sure there's no sharp edges. So I'm real happy with that now. You know, the edges are clean. The edges are clean. The top of his head's clean. The teeth are nice and pronounced now. I could just trim this one down a little bit. More like that. Flatten them up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's better. And I've rounded out the back of the eyes so that they're not there for those flat foil backs. We used to put flat foil backs in there when it was just used for the bike part. Putting a little bit of detail back between the teeth there. Not a lot, because you don't want it to be sharp. Okay, I'm happy with that. You know what I'm gonna do? The veins on his forehead, I'm gonna go in there. Well, I don't want to call them veins, but the cracks in his forehead. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna. This is like a little V chisel. I'm gonna go through and do them. So from an old part I made years ago, I made this nice ring. It's got a little bit of a rough kind of texture on the side. I like that. And then I redid the eyes so that they're a little bit evil looking, fixed up the teeth, and I'm pretty pleased with it. But it'll cast up in silver real nice, then I'll make a mold of it. And should smooth the back a little bit. Nah, I could do that later. And the inside's nice and smooth, clean, good for a stamp. Anyways, so that's the first part of making a wax mold.